What's up guys? In today's episode I'm going to be giving you guys tips and advice on how to get cars done faster, more efficiently, pretty much perfect your game as a lube tech, whether you're working in the dealership as a lube tech or at Valvoline Jiffy Lube. This video will apply to you, so let's get started. Yo! What is up guys? Nick Nakai here. Let's Drift Media. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Please hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. So today's episode is brought to you by the Discord. You guys in the Discord community. This video specifically from Doom Kid. He's a fresh Toyota lube tech, came from working in a restaurant, now working at Toyota, trying to move up the ranks, and he was asking me how to get more efficient at Toyota. Pretty much doing the oil changes, getting them done faster, any tips and advice pretty much I had for you guys. And a lot of you guys gave that video suggestion thumbs up, so here we are. If you want to join that Discord, link is always in the bio in all of my videos. So for those of you who don't know, I was on the lube rack at Toyota for about 4 years. 2 years I was just a lube tech, and 2 years after that promoted to lube foreman. So I was pretty much running the show with about like 9 guys under me, 9 lube techs. I was still changing oil with them, but I feel like I pretty much perfected my game as a lube tech during that time. So that's why I want to share this video to help you guys get better and ultimately move up the ranks, because that's what we all want. The first tip I would say right off the bat is be on time, have an open mind, and have a positive attitude when coming to work. You don't want to be that guy that's showing up like 5 minutes late to work every day, running in, just woke up, or that lazy guy who really just doesn't care about his job, does the bare minimum, doesn't go that extra mile. This might seem kind of obvious, but if you're looking to move up eventually, management is looking at this, and if you're a lazy ass right now, there's no way in hell they're gonna give you a chance on the line, because they're trying to get rid of these lazy asses. So even though you are at the bottom, making that bottom buck, now's the time to shine, to let them know like, hey dude, like I'm here, I wanna kick some ass. At least that's the way I did it. Every day I showed up. My goal was to do more cars than pretty much anybody else on the lube rack. The foreman definitely saw that. He saw that drive in me, and that's what they're really looking for when they're coming to, all right, let's see who we're gonna move up next. So guys, I'm telling you, when you're on the lube rack, those first couple years, you gotta give it like that 110%. All right, next tip, when it comes to actually being efficient, I would say the #1 thing that's gonna help you get these cars done faster is getting your routine done. I don't know if you guys have seen that video where I showed you guys my routine on being a Toyota Express lube tech, but this could apply to any lube tech anywhere. And this might sound crazy, you might be thinking like, dude, you're doing too much, but I'm talking like the routine before you even pull in the car, to servicing the car, to what you're doing while the oil is draining, to what you're doing when you're taking the vehicle out. Literally like perfect the routine. I had mine down where if it was like just an oil change, no rotation, and obviously do my inspection, check filters and everything like that, check for leaks. There was like not a single car that would take me longer than 10 minutes. I'm talking 10 minutes to go out, get the car, pull it in, service it, do my multi-point inspection on the check sheet, and pull the car out and be on to the next car. Like when it came to my routine real quick, I'll just give like a rundown. I would look at the car, figure out what oil filter I'm gonna need right there off the bat. Grab that oil filter, have it ready sometimes, go pull in the car. When I get to the car, I'm pulling the car in, hit the wipers, see if it's gonna need wipers. Once you're pulling the car in, obviously honking the horn. Before you get out of the car, you hit the lights, have someone check your brake lights, put the flashers on, so that way you're getting out of the car and you're gonna go down to rack the car. At that same time, while you're walking around to rack the other side, you could be checking the lights, checking the wiper blade inserts, seeing if they need replacing. Walking to the passenger side, I would check the cabin filter and then rack the car because I'm already on that passenger side. And as well, I forgot to mention, before getting out of the car, I would reset the maintenance light. That way I didn't even have to worry about it. And then at that point, you kind of got the whole perimeter of the car checked out. You could rack the car up a little bit, pop the hood, and then I would just do my full underhood inspection, check the air filter, check the fluids, see if the valve cover is leaking, stuff like that. So as I was going, I was kind of knocking out the car, or at least the inspection I had to do. So that way, by the time I had the vehicle up, all I really had to do was check tire pressure, brakes, check for fluid leaks, maybe do my tire rotation, but all of that can be done while the oil is draining. And the oil is going to take a couple minutes to drain. So really, if like an inspection went smooth and I did everything, by the time I had the vehicle up and the oil was draining, it was like the inspection's done. All I really had to go do was fill out my MultiPoint inspection, submit it into the computer sometimes, and you could even turn in the paperwork, and if you had any recommendations or upsells, people get mad when I say upsells, but if you had any upsells, then you could take it to the service writer, and if they were good, maybe they would let you know before you even had the car like out of the shop, like, hey, we sold this air filter, or hey, we sold this light bulb, like, can you throw it in? That way, versus if you didn't do that, finish the car, turn in the paperwork, then they come back 5 minutes later and tell you they approved it. Now you're wasting time because you're going back out to the parking lot or getting the parts when it's like, you could have done that when the vehicle was in your stall. So yeah, guys, I can't stress enough how much your routine, how important it is to lock in your routine. Maybe I'll try and do like another updated video pretty soon, so I can give you guys like another rundown, maybe some things I would like to add, because that video is pretty old, but we'll see. I know it kind of may sound extreme, like, Nick, really? Like, you're planning out like every move pretty much? Like, yeah, everything's not gonna go according to plan. Things are gonna happen, things come up, things break while you're working on it sometimes, stuff happens, but really, as a lube tech, your kind of goal is just get as many cars done as you can, because everywhere I work, that's what management is looking at. At the end of the day, they're looking at the numbers. Okay, this guy did 10 oil changes today, this guy did 15 oil changes today, oh my god, this guy did 20 oil changes today. So it's kind of sad because it's like you're just trying to rush, get the job done. But at the end of the day, just changing oil, it's really not that hard to get your rhythm down and just lock in your flow of how you're gonna work on it. And yeah, if you're looking to move up, that's something you really wanna get locked in, is how many cars you're doing. So it's all right in the beginning. You're not really gonna know where anything is. You're not gonna know where the parts are, or where the cars are, where the keys for the cars are, or how it goes. But like, give it a couple months and you should start to like kind of find your flow. And then next thing you know, you're just pulling in cars. You already know what oil it takes. You already know what filter it takes, how many quarts of oil it takes. And like, it's just gonna be like butter, trust me. Especially if you're at Toyota, because there's only so many engines in Toyotas, or whatever brand you're in, they only have so many engines. Which leads me to my next tip, is learn the vehicles you're working on. Most manufacturers, they only have so many engines in these vehicles. Learn what cars, what engines, take what oil filter, start memorizing how many quarts of oil these vehicles take, what type of oil they take, torque spec on the lug nuts, torque spec on the drain plug if you guys are doing that there. Common problems, lifting points, so that way when you're pulling in the vehicle, you already know how you're gonna lift the vehicle, you already know what you're gonna check for specifically, because these are things that typically tend to leak on the vehicle. Having all of that information just really speeds up the process, so that way you're not kind of like, oh, do you know what oil filter this takes? Or, hey, do you know how many quarts of oil? It'll really just help speed up the process for you. But again, that will come with time. Don't worry in the first like month or couple months, you're gonna be like, dude, like there's so many oil filters, how am I gonna memorize them? After time, like, it just becomes second nature. Like when I was on the lube rack, like every car, if I didn't know what filter it was, I could just look at the filter on there and I would know immediately. Oil capacities, those kind of just got like engraved into my head. So stuff like that really helps speed up the process and ultimately improve your efficiency. And let's be real, at least if you're at Toyota, there's only like 8 oil filters that you're gonna actually be using. So it's pretty easy to get that memorized. I guess the last tip would be set up your toolbox or your tool cart. Get it organized so you have your tools the way you like it. Have the tools that you are gonna be using a lot, like in the top, just have it all set up so it's convenient and you're not spending time like looking for this socket or this screwdriver. Just have it organized for the way you like it, the way that makes it easier to grab the tools you're gonna be using frequently, and whatever helps work for you. But that's all I got for you guys on this episode. I try to make it not too long because I notice a lot of people don't actually watch the entire YouTube video. So I try to make this quick and simple, to the point. And like my old shop foreman always says, if there's time to lean, there's time to clean. Catch you guys later.